What's going on, Angelo family? So Tesla actually just gave me free full self-driving. I believe they're rolling out a program where they have 1 month of free full self-driving for all of their cars. They're trying to push the full self-driving beta to a lot of their cars in the sense where your car is supposedly autonomous, where you can drive you point A to point B. And I just got the update from Tesla to get full self-driving. So I want to show you guys what I got and then kind of give you my review on whether or not I think it's worth it. Right now, Tesla's selling it for $99 a month, which is a lot better than the $199 a month. I think it makes it a lot more affordable for its customers. So let me show you guys what the breakdown is right now for the full self-driving. Okay, so when you get into full self-driving, you have this option on your autopilot screen now. As you know, most people, you get the autopilot screen and just has like, how do you want to drive? But this, it allows you now to select iOS steer beta as well as full self-driving beta. I have it selected here. And you can basically start your autopilot by one click, single click here, your full self-driving beta profile. And this is how you kind of want to basically do your lane changes. Do you want it to be more chill, average, or assertive? For me, I wanted chill because I didn't want the car switching lanes every 5 seconds. I feel like it was a lot safer that way, especially since it's just kind of like a beta software. So I kept that chill. Lane change notifications, I put both. What does that mean? So I want a chime and a vibration every time the car switches lanes. So you'll hear a chime and you'll also feel the steering wheel vibrate, which is nice. And then for this minimal lane changes for current drive, this just means that if you press this here, it will basically not change as many lanes as you want during the drive. I keep it off because I kind of want the car to be able to just go switch lanes whenever need be. Set speed, I put the speed limit, offset, kept that as is, and then you have options here for summon beta. So you can always customize a summon where you have these settings to toggle for your summon. That means basically the car comes to you whenever you go in the app and you press summon. And then you also have the offset for collision warning. These are all kind of naturally with the car itself, but in reality it's just really the summon beta and the full self-driving beta where the car drives you from point A to point B. So this is kind of what we're here to see so far. So that was the settings you see for the car itself for the full self-driving beta. Now I'm going to jump you into some footage of the car itself and narrate how I felt about the experience for the full self-driving beta. I drove the car on the freeway kind of at night, especially because I wanted to see what it was like having minimal cars on the road and how it performed. So let's take a look at how that performance went. Alright guys, so here's full self-driving at night. We're driving the Tesla Model S long range, and it is on the most recent update version of Tesla's full self-driving. Very interesting. As you can see here, the Model S has 2 screens. Right here you have a screen on the left, which is right in front of your dashboard, and then one you have the giant screen itself. Right, it's kind of different than the Model Y and Model 3 where you just have one screen. You have 2 screens here. As you can see, the full self-driving visualization is on your left screen, and then the main screen is just the map itself. Right, I kind of like it better because it's a lot easier to view the full self-driving visualization, as well as you can view the like the signaling and the speed you're going at. I wish Model 3 Model Y had both screens, but of course the S and the X are more expensive than the Y and the 3, so hence it's probably a reason why Tesla doesn't have both screens available for the car itself. So here, as you see, we're going south on the freeway. It's asking me to apply slight force on the yoke or on the steering wheel itself whenever you're driving, just so it knows that you're awake and you're basically alert as you're driving. Keep in mind there is a cabin camera right in front of you, so every Tesla has a camera kind of on the upper portion of the car. It looks at you in the cabin to make sure your eyes are on the road, so it is monitoring you at all times, which is kind of interesting. And I believe it's also using it to record just data for the company itself. So, and I've tried actually covering the cabin camera before, and Tesla will basically not allow you to use autopilot if the cabin camera is covered, which is kind of unfortunate. A lot of people don't like to be watched as you're driving basically, and you have to have that camera, so who knows what's going on there. Anyways, so
the software itself, right? Overall, very good, right? I've noticed the autopilot is a lot better at night just because I think the car can see the lanes better, as well as there's less cars on the road, meaning that like there's less of a chance of you hitting someone or the car kind of airing out because there are less cars. So the car is much able to navigate a little bit better. There are times like during rush hour, right, where I'll drive the car and it is kind of scary in a sense where you're driving and you're like, oh man, this car almost hit me, right? And then there'll be times where like I've had like cars merging on the lane and then the car Tesla would just slow down because it doesn't sure if the car next to you is going to merge, right? So it is kind of scary here. But overall at night, can't complain, right? Very chill, very relaxed. I like to throw on some music, a podcast, and I feel safe driving the car, right? Especially when there's not many cars on the road, you can just sit back and relax. This is a Tesla Model S long range, so it does have kind of the most recent hardware update for the autopilot. I believe all new Teslas right now, like 2024, 2023, they have a much more recent hardware update. Mine's from 2022, so just keep that in mind. But overall, the Tesla is still able to do the whole full self-driving all throughout, so it is pretty good. So Tesla's still able to do a whole full self-driving thing, right? For me, you'll notice that there is like a blue kind of next to the speed symbol, like next to 10 miles per hour. This just means like Tesla's like trying to slow down or kind of go with regards to the flow of traffic. Don't know if I like it because I don't know where you're going like 80, 85, and the car's doing well. I don't know where it just starts slowing down. And like, all right, you're slowing down. What's going on here? So that's kind of a gripe I have, but that's one of the software updates for full self-driving. So we'll see kind of why that is the case for the Tesla, right? So as you can see here, I basically drive. This drive is around 2-3 hours from like in Southern California, just driving. And overall, I feel safe, right? It's nice to do this drive with autopilot and full self-driving because I do go on a lot of merges as well as I switch junctions. So it's nice to have the Tesla do that. It does get kind of spotty around Irvine when there is a lot of like HOV lanes, and it kind of always gets kind of confused near Disneyland where I'm driving on Irvine and I'm trying to merge on a random HOV lane that's taking me to the wrong place, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. So I had to take over. I'd say I take over like 5 to 10 times every drive because Tesla will sometimes make the wrong lane switch or basically change the wrong places, which I don't enjoy. But like I said, right, the car is a vehicle. You are the driver, and ultimately you're responsible for the drive. So just maintaining awareness is really important when you're doing full self-driving. And just know that this software is in beta. So if the software is in beta, be aware that there will be bugs, there will be issues with you driving the car. Overall, 8 out of 10 driving at night, but in the morning it gets kind of wonky. So just keep in mind that it will vary.
Overall, full self-driving beta, I give it like an 8 out of 10. It got a lot better. I was one of the first early adopters on my previous cars for full self-driving beta, and it was extremely buggy in a sense where it was always going like switching lanes. It was kind of like just very, very hard to drive because it would break out of nowhere. You have a lot of phantom braking and speed up and slow down, and then it just kind of got dangerous in the sense. I remember one time the car was driving really fast and then just tried squeezing into the lane in front of someone, the driver, and it was like too close to call, and I just didn't enjoy it. It's gone a lot better since those full self-driving first released. I think it kind of released around 2022-ish, 2023, and it was really buggy. It was really bad. It's gotten a lot better, especially with full self-driving beta, kind of having similar renditions, updates since it first came out. So I've kind of enjoyed it more. Would I buy it for $99? Just during road trips. So if I have any big road trips or I'm driving to and from places that are really far from each other, I'd buy it for $99. But if it was like, if I knew I wasn't going on big road trips or anything like that, I'd probably just drive normally and just use autopilot, because autopilot is just good enough, to be honest with you. I don't need the lane changes, anything like that. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Still, 8 out of 10, $99. It's worth it if you go on a road trip. If you're gonna buy the full self-driving software updated stuff for like $12,000, $13,000, whatever it is, not worth it yet, to be honest with you. Not worth it at all. But that's my thoughts. When you get a chance, Jello family, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're growing so fast. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys so much. Please check out my website, evforumclub.com. I have all my Tesla videos posted there, as well as if you guys have any questions on EVs or Teslas, feel free to check that out. It's the link down below. Please subscribe to my Instagram as well as my TikTok. And then if you want to get a Tesla, please use my referral code down below. You get free full self-driving as well as supercharging miles. Please order your car by 4:30, I believe, which is April 30th, because they'll stop basically having those referral points, which is unfortunate. And then check out my channel, Angelo Carlos Talks. It's where I talk about a lot of my business finance content. I talk about my experience at UCLA and at Google as a PM. So it's very great content for those of you who are super interested in business. I'll catch you later, Jello family. Have an amazing day. Peace.